Governor Crist.
Governor Crist, Florida has refused to accept $51 billion over 10 years to expand Medicaid. Hospitals want it, doctors want it, a lot of other people are asking for it. Some states have found a way to accept it. Florida has not. Governor Scott said he was against it, and then he was for it, but he didn't push for it with the legislature. Should we accept the Medicaid money, and if so, under what arrangement? Would we just take it, or would we have a unique way of doing it the way some other states have done?
This is such an important issue, Frank. I'm glad you asked about it. Medicaid expansion means an awful lot to about 1 million of our fellow Floridians who are currently not getting the health care that they deserve and, more importantly, that they need. They're not getting it because, sadly, Rick Scott won't lift a finger to get it done, and I don't know why. What I do know is that they deserve to have those funds. We deserve to have a governor who will enact making sure that we get that Medicaid expansion money. It's money you've already sent to Washington, and you simply deserve to get back. People are hurting and they are suffering. In addition to the $51 billion it would bring to the state over the next 10 years, some studies indicate it would create about 120,000 jobs. That's the right thing to do. Talk about, all talk and no action. He said he supported it. We don't have it. No action.
Governor Scott.
Let's go back to the facts here. Charlie was governor. He was sitting in the governor's office. There was a legislative session going on when Obamacare passed. Did he go to the legislature and say, oh, let's pass this because it's such a great idea? No. He called a special session that day. At that point, did he say, this is what I want to get Medicare expansion or Medicaid expansion done? No. Obamacare is a bad law. People are losing their doctors. They're losing their plans. What I said is, as long as the federal government wants to pay 100%, I would not stand in the way. But I'm not willing to do what Charlie did and bankrupt our state.
Governor Crist, you have a rebuttal.
Well, he's been governor 4 years. I would think that you would understand you don't bankrupt the state. You have to balance the budget. It's in the Constitution. We did it every year of my 4 years as your governor.
Governor Scott, the next question is to you. Watching everything that evolved around the shooting death of Trayvon Martin and the trial of George Zimmerman, do you think justice was served in that case?
Well, I'll tell you, here's what I did, and I first sat down with Trayvon's parents, Sabrina and Tracy. I wanted to make sure they felt comfortable that law enforcement was going to do a proper investigation. Then I sat down with them when I brought in the special prosecutor, Angela Corey, to try to make sure they were comfortable that justice would be served. It went through the system. I respect the system we have in our state. I want to really thank Trayvon Martin's parents because some of the issues that they've had in Missouri we didn't have here, and a lot of it was because of his parents. I mean, my heart goes out to them. I can't imagine losing a grandchild. But I thank Trayvon's parents, Sabrina and Tracy, because they did a great job making sure we didn't have the problems that we had in Missouri.
Governor Crist, was justice served in that case?
It's hard to say. Neither of us were on the jury. So we don't know the facts as well as the jury in that case know the facts. I used to be the Attorney General, and I understand that judging from afar is not a very good idea. What I do know, though, is this stand your ground law needs to be fixed. It's a problem. I know that we have the right to defend ourselves. I think everybody believes in that American premise, and it's the right thing to do to be able to defend yourself and your property. But when it gets to the point and you've got a statute on the books that allows the initiator of an instigation to end up killing another human being after they started the incident, there is something fundamentally flawed with that law. I believe that we can protect the right to defend yourself and make sure that we don't have laws on the books that end up with the tragic death of Trayvon Martin.
Let me just follow up. Governor, would you change the stand your ground law?
No, I would not change the law. I think that death is a tragic death, but I believe in the right to defend yourself. I mean, I can't imagine losing a child like that. But I've talked to sheriffs and police chiefs. 40 sheriffs have endorsed me. Police Chiefs Association has. And I stand with them that we need to have the existing law in place.
Thank you, Governor. Ask you, Governor Crist, and I'll ask Governor Scott a different question. And the first question I want to ask you, Governor Crist, is why did you insist on bringing a fan here when your campaign knew this would be a contentious issue?
Why not? You know, is there anything wrong with being comfortable? I don't think there is. Having compassion with other people, we did fine. Thank you, Elliot.
And Governor Scott, why the delay in coming out over a fan?
Well, I waited until we figured out if he was going to show up. He said he wasn't going to come to the. He said he was going to come to the debate. So why come out until he's ready?
Governor Scott,